Hello, everybody. Time for the weekly pumpkin patch update. Alright, now, today we are starting off by the um, 2283 Barlow. And this guy's been growing like weed. Basically, they all are. Speaking of weeds. Um, Now, before I take you over to this pumpkin, talk to you a little bit about this plant, and well, it'll apply to all three of them. But this guy's the first one to hit the 15-foot mark, which I believe is, I'll have to measure again, but I think it's whether by this leaf or this leaf. So what my plan is, I'm going to terminate all the vines, the secondaries, at the 15-foot mark on both sides. But before I do that, let's say this is the 15-foot mark, I'm gonna allow this leaf to get more to full size like this before I terminate its end. That way, at the end of what will be the new end of this vine, we'll have a full size leaf. And then I'll just do that all down the row. So yeah, like I said, I'll do it with all of them. And then let's see here, what I got this guy completely. Well, I went through all the vines, got about 85% of the weeds. And then I trimmed off any tertiaries that were in there, and re-guided some secondaries that might have lost its way. And let me tell you, it's been quite a challenge to get these guys all weeded, because this past week they've been putting on a good foot each day of growth. And this very warm weather and all the moisture that's in the ground, and they've been just taking off. So, and with all three of the plants, so it's been running around just trying to keep up, and I haven't caught up yet. So hopefully I'll be able to catch up, but we'll see. But enough of that, wonderful weed stuff. Let's I'll take you over to see this pumpkin. Alright, now we're to the pumpkin. Now I must warn you, I don't know if, because I have the plastic chairs over these guys as well right now, as well as this towel. Now this morning, I don't know if the chair just grazed the side of the pumpkin or if my fingernail did, but it has a little scratch on it. I will show you that. Basically it right there. Oops. And I can't tell if it was the chair scraping along there or if that was me. Yeah, I need to trim my nails. It's that time of the year where you need to keep on top of that. But here, let's see if I have any. I don't have any loose change in my pocket. No, but here I have a pen. Everybody knows how big a pen is, so that'll be a good scale. But it's not awful. It's just gonna have a little war wound for the rest of its life that's gonna keep on growing. But you know, not much can do about it. Just make sure it dries up right there. And then we had a nice little surge of water or whatnot, and its stem split right there. But it's already starting to dry, so that's good. That I'm not worried about. It happens all the time. It'll happen all throughout all the pumpkins' lives. It's just that when they're so small right now, you don't want anything bad happening to them. But that's just how it is. Both of those will heal. This will stare me in the face for the rest of the season, but hey, it's not much you can do about it. So, other than that, I'll take my pen, put it on this side. You can kind of see how big he is. He was pollinated on July 2nd. So now that it's the 8th, he would be 6 days old. So, and he's still shiny, which is good. So now I will take you on to I think we'll bring you over to the Hoenn next. Alright, now we are over to the Hoenn, and I am just starting to weed this guy on both sides. But other than that, he's doing, the same as the Hoenn. I mean, not the Hoenn, the Barlow over there. I'll do the same thing, get everything weeded, trim off any tertiaries, and vine maintenance. So now I will bring you over to this pumpkin. All right. As you can see by the glare from this pumpkin, it's still nice and shiny. This is day 5 for this guy or this gal. Let me get my pen again so you can get a little bit of a reference to its size. So there I have it. He's doing pretty good. Yeah, kind of the same thing. We had a rainfall I think it was about 2 or 3 days ago. So you got a little split right there just from the rain. I think that's it. Yeah, just a tiny one. But both the Barlow and this guy too, his blossoming's doing pretty good. And this guy would be a nice round pumpkin. The other 2 guys will be an oval shape, which not entirely sure if that really means anything. I was told once upon a time that the oval ones tend to go heavy, but not 100% sure the accuracy on that. So we'll just say they'll both get nice and heavy, the round ones and the oval ones. So yeah, here's the Hoenn, and now I will bring you over to the mason plant. Alright, here's the mason plant. It's doing pretty good. This side is obviously the best side, like I've always said, but this half is starting to really fill in. And after that one video where I was saying how this is kind of like always the weaker side, and my theory is that this section of the patch dries up pretty fast, and not because it has better draining soil, but I think these guys right here, these spruces are sucking up a lot of the moisture. Um, which I think, I'm not 100% sure because we always, tilled over here, so I would think the roots be chopped up, so the roots that are stealing the water must be, a foot underneath what we till. But that's really the only thing I can think of that why both year, in each year, this half of the plant, the vines are slower to get going, and the only thing that's different is trees. But either way, it is catching up, which is cool. And the reason why I brought you to the back was because I also, this weekend, on all 3 plants, I cut all the leaves around that were on this part of the stump, and any little vines that were growing out, and then made sure it was nicely weeded. Got some more that are popping up again, but because we want to keep this nice and dry, tomorrow night I will put a plastic chair over it because they're calling for some more wonderful rain on Wednesday, to keep this dry. But for right now, I'm just keeping them off so that the sun can beat on it and keep it nice and dry. So now I will take you over up front of the plant and show you the mason pumpkin. Alright, now here we are over by the mason pumpkin. It's sporting a pretty pink towel. So now we will take its cover off, and as you can see by the wonderful glare, it's the only time that I like to see glare on the camera from the thing I'm shooting, is on a pumpkin, because that means it's still nice and shiny and it's still healthy and growing. So I'll bring out my pen for a scale. So, not too bad. About equal. It's equal with the Hoenn, which is kind of hard to tell because the Hoenn's a circular pumpkin. This is an oval, but they both are seem to keep pace with each other, which is good, and pretty close to where the Barlow was the day before. So I think we are doing pretty good with these guys, and I think, yeah, this guy has no splits on its stem, more due to it being a skosh drier up here, which is not, when I say drier, I don't mean like it's bone dry, because you can see the soil is moist, but it doesn't get as big of a water surge as the other 2 guys get. So those are my giants, my competition plants, and I will now take you over to my regular pumpkin and gourds, because over the 4th of July long weekend, I was able to get over there and get a good chunk of the weeds weeded, get it out of there, mostly out of there. So now it's not quite as embarrassing to show you guys. So yeah, I'll go take you over there, give you a little peek of that, and that'll be it for the update. Alright, here we are with the regular pumpkin patch. We've got everything decently tilled, and got their boxes off. I still need to take the weed whacker over there and knock all that grass and weeds down, but for the most part, well, at least for as much care as I put into this patch, it's looking pretty good. Um, Still gotta go with the hole and just, or pull them out. There's a couple of spots that the tiller missed, but all in all, I think it's looking good considering the weeds shot up like crazy. But yeah, there we have it, guys. My regular pumpkins, and on the other side of that fence, that windbreak, giants. So until next week, guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye.